following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank West, B&B Equipment, Wagner Auto, Fisher Rounds and Associates, and All Around Graphics.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Governors take game one of the doubleheader of the Lincoln Patriots as they strand the bases loaded on the strikeout.
Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Ferding Electric, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Kruger Contracting, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Avera, and the Oahe YMCA.
There's a strike, the throw 2-2. The tag is applied. They got him out at second. No need to strike him out. The tag from the shortstop, Matt Hansen, to retire the side. And the Governors remain on top 2-0 after 3.5.
And by Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, First Dakota National Bank, CHS River Plains, Lamb Motors, Zander Auto Parts, and Gales Gas.
Curveball looked out for a strike 3, and that will end the ball game as the Governors will get a doubleheader sweep of the Huron Tigers. 6 straight strikeouts recorded by Lincoln Cables to finish off the game.
And by Gateway Ford Lincoln and Toyota, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Shane's Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, and Faith Lutheran Church. Now, with the call of the game, the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
As we welcome you here on a beautiful Tuesday evening, John Winkler here as the Pierre Governors take on the Sturgis Scoopers for a doubleheader as the Govs continue their busy week with games 3 and 4 of 9 in total so far here on the week, as the Governors will be home tomorrow against the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, and then will be home again Friday and Saturday for O'Gorman and then for Roosevelt. So here tonight against the Sturgis Scoopers, the Governors are looking for wins 3 and 4 against Sturgis and to go over 500. Pierre went yesterday with a 1-0 loss in 9 innings and an 11-10 win in the second game of the day over the Harrisburg Tigers in that doubleheader. So as we get rolling into this contest, as the Govs will be looking for an opportunity to pick up wins 3 and 4 against Sturgis, but also wins 2 and 3 of this week, because as a busy week as it is, 9 games in total, well, coming away, maybe 7-2 by the end of the week, 8-1. That would be a good week for this Pierre Governor team, and will jump up the seed points. Pierre has moved up from the 9th spot to the 8th spot after yesterday's games. They were able to move up with now 6 and 7 with 39.932 points. Huron fell back to that 9th spot after being the 8th spot with 39.75 points. So Pierre would be hosting the Huron Tigers per se. They would be in the Roosevelt region, but they would be the home team over the Huron Tigers in that 8-9 matchup. But as Pierre wants to have happen, they want to find themselves with a couple of wins here. They would force Stevens to go under 500, then they're going or Sturgis under 500, and then they're going to be hoping that Sturgis finds their way back over 500 by the end of the season to help out the Governors with seed points to climb as far as they can in the standings right now, trying to make their way in to the playoffs coming up here in just a couple of weeks. The Governors will have Jackson Edmond on the mound. He threw against the Sturgis Scoopers back in game number 2 of that doubleheader with 2 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run, or 3 runs, one of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Jackson Edmond in that outing against the Sturgis Scoopers back on April 1st. Second game of the season. That was the first doubleheader that the Governors played in. We'll have a first pitch coming up here, and Sturgis had a little bit of some bus trouble, so they didn't get here right away. They're closing in on getting set for a first pitch, maybe just a little bit before 5:30 to get underway between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of our pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bankwest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bankwest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At The Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at The Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from His Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand, and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here, as we're getting set for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers, starting lineups will be introduced here momentarily as we go through them right now. First for the Sturgis Scoopers, Dawson Inhofer will be the leadoff man. He is the DH in game number one. Dustin Allen, the right fielder, will bat second. Rich Inhofer, the center fielder, will bat third. Owen Cass, the second baseman, batting fourth. Kelton Olson, the shortstop, batting fifth. Kane Peters, the left fielder, will bat sixth. Connor Cruikshank, the third baseman, batting seventh. Adam Floor, the first baseman, batting eighth, and Evan Stroud, the catcher, will bat ninth. The pitcher is Hunter Jansen for the Sturgis Scoopers. And Hunter Jansen, through 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, only 2 of them earned in that 4 innings in the first game when the Governors won 12-2 in 5 innings. They scored 6 runs in the 5th inning to finish that game off 12-2. That was in the top of the 5th. They won it in the bottom of the 5th. So that is the Sturgis Scoopers, the Pierre Governors. They will look like this, as it will be leading things off. George Stalley, the catcher, he will be the catcher in at least game number 1. Grayson Hunsley is okay, but maybe a little precautionary. He got a big bruise where that doesn't feel good around the chest where he got hit last night. Lincoln Keno's the first baseman, will bat second. Gary Nedved will bat third and play third. Jane Wiebe is in the cleanup spot playing second base. Jet Zabel, the right fielder, batting fifth. Matthew Hansen, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Spencer Lettler, the DH, batting seventh. Spencer Easlin, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Jackson Edmond is on the mound as he will be making his second start of the season. He did come in relief, 2 innings of work in the 9-7 win for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. That was back on April 1st. Again, that was the second game with that doubleheader, where the Governors started out the season 2-0, went 3-0 before they had dropped 5-6 in a row, and before ending their losing streak now at 6-7 on the year, looking to get to 500 with a win and to get to over 500 with a doubleheader sweep. But we'll see how if the Governors are able to make that happen against the Sturgis Scoopers. So we're closing in on first pitch here in just a moment. The umpires are on the field there. I think they're just about ready to go, and we're just about ready to roll here at Hyde Stadium. Again, the bus problem for the Sturgis Scoopers has put the game behind a little bit in terms of it was supposed to be a 5 o'clock first pitch. We're now going to get closer to a 5:30 first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll take another 3-minute break here in the pregame show. Come back with the first pitch after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Furting Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Furting Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Furting Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Furting Electric, 224-8684.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium as we're getting set for first pitch, starting in lineups are being announced right now, and the Governors are just about to take the field. Jackson Edmond will get the start, his second start of the season, as he has thrown 7 innings so far, a win and a loss for Jackson Edmond. In those 7 innings, he's given up 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA of 3 and a whip of 2. As his opponent's batting average is .240 against Jackson Edmond. As a team, the Governors, as a team pitching staff-wise, they are giving up a .300 batting average against. So we'll like to see that number maybe shrink a little bit, because when you look on the other side, a .306 batting average for the Sturgis Scoopers, who, again, just one game over 500 in Class A opponents so far in the season. So as they continue to introduce the starting lineups, just about done. They're going to have the national anthem. We will step aside for 2 minutes. Actually, we can step aside for 3 minutes. Come back with first pitch. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know, my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727. We are back here at Hyde Stadium, and Jackson Edmond is ready to go on the mound as Dawson Inhofer will take to the plates, and the first pitch from Edmond comes in for ball one, and we are underway here at 5:28 this evening for this doubleheader. And again, because of bus trouble for the Sturgis Scoopers, we got started about a half an hour behind schedule. That 1-0 pitch is at the bottom of the zone and is now 1-1. We'll go through Jackson Edmond's total here in just a moment. Through the first couple of games that he has thrown, this is his second start of the season. We'll also go defensively around the horn for the Governors and through that batting order again for the Sturgis Scoopers. The 1-1 pitch misses low, and it's now 2-1 to the leadoff man and Dawson Inhofer, the DH. So far in the season for Inhofer, .333 batting average. He has 1 triple, 2 doubles, and the count is now 3-1 to the leadoff man and Dawson Inhofer. Edmond works from the stretch here with the first man to the plate. That one's right down the middle, now 3-2. Inhofer was taking all the way. So the count is now 3-2, a full count. The first man here in the doubleheader between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. 3-2 pitch from the lefty Edmond. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout to open up the ball game as Dawson Inhofer is retired. And there's one down. Dustin Allen, the right fielder, he is coming to the plate. He'll be followed by Ridge Inhofer, the center fielder. Owen Cass, the second baseman, batting cleanup. Kelton Olson, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Kane Peters, the left fielder, batting sixth. Connor Cruikshank, the third baseman, batting seventh. Adam Floor, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Evan Strand, the catcher, batting ninth. There's a ground ball that's fouled down the first base line. And a first pitch strike from Jackson Edmond, who, again, is making his second start of the season. This is his fifth appearance. He is 1-1 so far, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts with 1 man that he's hit, an ERA of 3 and a whip of 2. And the 0-1 pitch is a swing and miss, and it's now 0-2. And Edmond is looking maybe for his second strikeout, and ahead in the count at 0-2 to Dustin Allen. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Edmond to Allen. That one's upstairs, but it goes off the bats. Bounces all the way back to George Stalley, and he will throw it back over to Edmond, and the count remains at 0-2 as it goes as a foul ball. Allen batting .387. 5 triples, 11 runs driven in. 0-2 pitch. That one's outside. Misses low, and it's now 1-2. As a team, they are batting .302. Slugging .436 is Sturgis. 1 home run so far, 107 runs driven in. That 1-2 pitch is fouled back. We'll do it again here at 1-2. 138 runs, but 107 have been driven in by the Sturgis Scoopers. They have struck out now 99 times in the season to 65 walks. Obviously 98 coming into today, now 99, and maybe number 100. And it is number 100, as that one was a pitch in the dirt, scooped up by Stalley. The throw to first base is in time. 2 down, 2 bat strikeouts for Jackson Edmond to open up the ball game. As we go around the horn defensively for the Pierre Governor, Spencer Easland is out in left field. Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, and Jet Zabel out in right. Gary Nedved at third, Matthew Hansen at short, Jaden Wiebe at second, Lincoln Keenels at first, and George Stalley, the catcher, behind the plate for the Governors with Jackson Edmond on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Ridge Inhofer. That one's over for strike one. Inhofer batting .372. 11 runs driven in. He's got the home run for the Sturgis Scoopers. He has been a guy for Sturgis for a long, long time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's now 1-1 to Ridge Inhofer, the center fielder, here in Game 1. Governors won the first time 12-2, and then they won Game 2 9-7. That was a doubleheader sweep to open up the year for the Governors. That one is on the inside edge. George Stalley didn't make the catch cleanly, and it made Inhofer look back and kind of stop and stare at the umpire for a moment. And just because it's not caught doesn't mean it's not a strike. It has nothing to do with the catcher. It's all about where it crosses the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's outside. Into the backstop it goes, and the count's now 2-2. Grayson Hunsley dealing with a bruise as he got hit in the chest on a pitch, not just off of a foul tip. He was batting and got hit. Got hit up around the chest, and he is, all signs are good, but out here in game number 1. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that is a strikeout for Jackson Edmond. He strikes out the side in order to open up the ball game. We head to the bottom of the first. Pierre Governors come to the plate. No score between Pierre and Sturgis. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified. Call True Green, 882-0643.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, the Pierre Governors looking to take an early lead. As we go through the starting lineup for the Governors, George Stalley, the catcher, will bat first. He'll be followed by Lincoln Keenels, the first baseman. Gary Nedved at third, batting third. Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, in the cleanup spot. Jet Zabel, the right fielder, will bat fourth. Bat fifth. Matthew Hansen, the shortstop, batting sixth. Spencer Lettler, the DH, batting seventh. Spencer Easland, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat ninth. First pitch from Hunter Jansen, and Stalley will swing at that one and sky it out towards right field. Dustin Allen over there. He'll make the catch, and one pitch, one out here in the bottom of the first. as it'll bring up Lincoln Keenels, the first baseman here in this ball game. And the first baseman, out of probably caution, although it sounds like his arm was feeling pretty good after a day after throwing 7 no-hit innings, throwing 105 pitches and 7 innings, no-hit baseball yesterday. I don't know if they would obviously not be a smart idea to put him back on the mound. You can't. It's going to be illegal to do that, which makes it dumb. But he sounds like he would be willing to go out and throw again. And I think there's a lot of guys on this team that their arm feels at any good shape at any point. They're ready to go. They'd be wanting to go on the mound again. But after throwing those 7 innings yesterday, it looks like everything is in good shape for Lincoln Keenels. Here's a 2-0 pitch to him, and it's now 3-0. But how nice is it around the infield that you don't have to put him out at short? You got Matthew Hansen over there, Jaden Wiebe at second. You can maybe move him to short at some point if you needed to. Okay, Kaiser was a shortstop last night in game 1 as it's a 4-pitch walk to Lincoln Keenels. Kaiser not in the lineup in game number 1. You put Gary Nedved over third. He could have gone at first, and Lincoln played third his entire freshman summer of 2020 for the Post-State Legion team. So you can play over at third. You can put him at second as well. You can put Jaden Wiebe over at third base. I mean, there's a lot of different options, and that's the great thing about this Pierre Governor team on the infield is Gary Nedved will swing at the first pitch. Keenels was off with the pitch. He's standing at second. Nedved will beat it out. That was a slow roller. We're going to call it a hit for Gary Nedved. I don't think there's any way that there was going to be an out made on that throw because the shortstop and Kelton Olson was moving over as Keenels was off with the pitch. By the time he picked it up, he didn't pick it up cleanly, but if he would have picked it up cleanly, I don't think there's any shot at getting Nedved over at first base. Here's Jaden Wiebe. There's a ground ball right side. That one gets through for a base hit. And around comes Keenels. He will come in to score. The throw coming in is cut off, but Nedved's on his way to third. He is hung up between second and third base. The third baseman and Cruikshank walking him all the way back, and then the throw and a tag applied by the second baseman and Owen Cass, and Gary Nedved is out at third, or between second and third, and there's now 2 away. But the Governors do take a 1-0 lead. It's an RBI single for Jaden Wiebe. And then you have to score that 9-3-5-4 on Nedved being out at second base, in between second and third. Runner takes off for second. The throw to second. It was offline. Wiebe gets up from second. He's on his way to third as it got through all the way, and it'll come all the way into third base. As a stolen base for Wiebe and then a throwing error by the catcher. And the Governors are running all over the base pass right now. Goes as an E2. And it was a ball 1 to Jet Zabel. I believe it was ball 1 to Jet Zabel. Looked like it was outside. But now Weebe's on third base, and a base hit will bring him in. That one's upstairs. It would be the count at now 2-0 to Zabel. Haven't had a chance to even go through anybody's batting average right now. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 3-0 to Zabel. He is hitting .359, 2 doubles, 13 runs driven in. He has walked 10 times, struck out 8 times. Make that 11. Nope. Yeah, it is 11 walks. It looked like the umpire's about to call it strike 1, but it is the 11th walk of the season for Jet Zabel. Is now first and third for Matthew Hansen. Hansen did not play yesterday. He was out playing tennis for the Governors in in Mitchell. And he'll be part of that Pierre Governor tournament that comes up. They have a lot of duels on Thursday, and then that tournament on Friday. First pitch is upstairs as Hansen was showing bunt, and he pulls it back. Of course, the Pierre Governor baseball team will be here Friday night and on Saturday. It all depends on how quick the tournament goes through, if Hansen's going to be able to play on Friday. Hansen will smoke that one out towards center field, but Ridge Inhofer glides over to make the catch to his right and retires aside here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 run scores on 2 hits in the inning. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the second, and the Pierre Governors lead at 1-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Ah, this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
4, 5, and 6 here to open up the top of the second for the Sturgis Scoopers as the Governors take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Owen Cass, Kelton Olson, and Kane Peters will be the first three men to the plate against Jackson Edmond, who struck out the side in order. Here's Owen Cass, the second baseman. Cass, .354 batting average. 13 runs driven in so far. As he has gotten 5 doubles and a triple so far on the season for Mr. Owen Cass. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. This is game 3 of a 9-game week for the Governors. They'll play game 4 later on tonight in that doubleheader. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike to Owen Cass. Then tomorrow, it's a 4 o'clock JV game and then a 6 o'clock varsity game. Here's a 1-1. Here's a ground ball, right side past to diving Keenholz, and it is a fair ball all the way down to the corner. Jed Zabel with that corner, they kind of can dink around out there. He was able to play it cleanly and keep Owen Cass to a double. That's a good play from Jed Zabel out in right field because that corner can cause a lot of problems. As it can roll around and edge around the wall, it can easily turn a double into a triple if you don't even play it just normally. And it still might be a triple, but Zabel is able to play it cleanly and play it perfectly to keep Owen Cass at just a double. But that tying run is in scoring position to open up the top of the second inning. And Kelton Olson, the shortstop, has an opportunity to drive that first run of the ball game for Sturgis in. There's a swing and a miss by Kelton Olson. It's .324 down the line, but that corner, little nook and cranny around there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low and inside for ball 1 to Kelton Olson. Olson, .325 batting average, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 19 runs driven in, and that is the team high so far for the Sturgis Scoopers. That one misses low, and it's now 2-1. A base hit would potentially make his 20th RBI of the season. And would also tie this game up 1-1 here in the top of the second inning. Be a chilly night here at Hyatt Stadium, but a good start to the evening. That one is taken on the inside edge, and the count's now 2-2. And to the chagrin of the third base and head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers on that strike call. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A pickoff attempt off the glove of Wiebe, but where it was right over to Hansen, so no advancement. And back in safely either way was going to be the runner Owen Cass at second base. Nedved guarding the line over at third. Keenholz guarding the line at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and there's the 4th strikeout of the ball game now for Jackson Edmond. And there's one down here in the top of the second inning. And it brings up Kane Peters, the left fielder. As Peters steps to the plate, .263 batting average. 2 doubles out of his 10 hits so far. 7 runs driven in for Kane Peters. Here's the first pitch. That one misses low and inside for ball 1. Peters in game 1 against the Governors went 1 for 2. and then went 0 for 3 in game number 2. So far, a 200 batting average against the Governors. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled back to the netting. And it's now 1-1. Dirk Campbell, a little bit of a jog out from the dugout. Back was very bad a couple weeks ago. Seems to be, he says he's feeling better. Looks a little bit better as he's able to jog his way out there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off. Edmond steps off. The throw to third is not in time. Sliding in safely was Cass. Just couldn't quite get off the rubber in time for Jackson Edmond to fire it over. And Owen Cass is safe over at third base with a steal before the ball even got over to third base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a line shot that's over the head for a base hit. Doesn't matter if the stolen base was there or not, but it would have been a huge one if they would have got him out at third, because that one's in for a base hit, an RBI single for Kane Peters, and we are tied 1-1 with one out here in the top of the second. Here's Connor Cruikshank, the third baseman, and that's a difficult play for a pitcher, because when you have it in your mind that you're going to, that one's fouled away, have it in your mind that you're going to throw it over or step off and throw it over, you're able to you're able to get that through your mind. But when you're not expecting to throw it, because you also have to step off, and maybe Johnny Lyons got away with one last night that could have been a balk, but you got to step off and then throw it over. So when you hear everybody telling you to step off, it takes you a second to realize, okay, I got to step off the left foot because I don't want to balk. If he does balk, it doesn't matter because he was safe at third either way, but that kind of goes through your mind, and you hesitate just a little bit because you can't even flinch at all. Otherwise, it's a balk. Counts 0-2. And here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will get to the backstop, and to second base will be Peters. That one almost looked like it hit Cruikshank, but the count is 1-2. With now the runner in scoring position with one out here in the top of the second inning. Again, because you have to be so still that any different movement than you're not expecting really takes a while for the brain to tell you everything without flinching at all. Counts 2-2 now to Cruikshank. Runner on second and one out here in the top of the second. Here's a 2-2. That one's fouled back off the fencing and out to the concrete here in front of the stands. Count remains at 2-2. Tomorrow, Rapid City Stevens will be in town. As a 2-2 pitch comes in, that one will get to the backstop again. The count's now 3-2. And over to third base will be Kane Peters. And that go-ahead run is 90 feet away. But the JV plays at 4, then the varsity will play after right around 6 o'clock. Blake Dean will return and be on the call with me tomorrow. Looking forward to having him back in the booth. Did a fantastic job last Tuesday. That's 3-2 pitch, misses low and inside, and that's a walk issued. And it's now first and third with one out for Adam Floor. That's the first walk issued by Jackson Edmond. 4 strikeouts so far, a double and a single that's given up by Edmond until that walk. With a 1-1 tie here in the top of the second inning, runners are at the corners. Had a lot of fun with Blake Dean last Tuesday, a week ago, against the Huron Tigers. It was a fun baseball game and fun broadcast to have him joining me. There's a ground ball to the left side. Only play is going to be to first. Hansen will field the throw is wide and it will get away. So the runner is safe at first, over to third base. We'll go Cruikshank, and Floor is over at first now, and it's now first and third. And an air charge to Matthew Hansen. And Sturgis takes a 2-1 lead, and they're still first and third with one out. The only play was at to first. And Hansen had an opportunity to make that play, but Threw it just wide of Keenol's over at first base. First pitch is inside edge to Evan Stroud and taken for strike one. Ninth man in the order for the Sturgis Scoopers. Sixth man to come to the plate here at the top of the second inning. Count is 0-1. And here is the 0-1 pitch. Comes inside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. With one out here in the top of the second, 2-1, Sturgis leads. Be the first time that Pierre is trailing to Sturgis. They open up a 5-0 lead in game one in the first inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Then they had a 3-0 lead after the top of the second. It was 3-2 going to the top of the third before they scored 5 runs and never relinquished that lead either. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Evan Stroud. That's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Jackson Edmond. They're an inning and 2/3, so if you're keeping score at home, you're looking at all those Ks up there. Yes, all 5 outs have been via strikeout so far for Jackson Edmond. 3 balls put into play, a double, single, and an error, along with the walk. The first 9 guys through the order. And one of those strikeout victims, Dawson Inhofer, takes strike one. He struck out swinging to open up the ball game. But he's got an RBI opportunity with the man 90 feet away at third base. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. On first is Adam Floor. At third is Connor Cruikshank, and any base hit will score Cruikshank from third base. Here's a 1-1. That one's fouled at the plate, and it's now 1-2. George Stalley, again, behind the plate in game number 1. Kind of that backup catcher role, but he's played left field the last couple of games after he hit his way in the lineup and hit his way to the top of the lineup. That one's fouled straight back and out of play. Well, if that would have been on the line back to the press box, that could have came right through. But it is still 1-2. Lost a baseball as it's thrown out by the home plate umpire. So that count is 1-2 with runners at first and second here at the top of the second. Excuse me, runners at first and third. Runner takes off. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. So we will do it again. Easlin playing normal depth in left field, off the line over in left. Grigger is straight up in center field. Zabel is straight up in right field. 1-2 pitch is a grounder. Another chance for Hansen. It's a slow roller. Goes underneath the glove. Nobody's covering third base, but Adam Floor not making his way over to third base. Another error that will be charged to Matt Hansen. And it's now first and second with 2 away, and a 3-1 lead here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Would have been, maybe end up giving a hit, but Dustin Allen will come to the plate, and I think it's an error just because Hansen didn't feel it cleanly and never really got a shot at it. It would have been a tough play even if he makes it, but probably go down as an error. As the first pitch to Dustin Allen misses for ball 1. So 2 errors in the inning for the Governors, and they're down 3-1. That one's a ground ball right back to Edmond. He will step and throw, and that will retire the side here in the top of the second inning. So 3-run score on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men left on base. We have played an inning and a half, and the Pierre Governors trail the Sturgis Scoopers 3-1. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Spencer Lettler will lead things off here at the bottom of the second. The Pierre Governors, they are trailing 3-1 here as we open up the second inning. John Winkler here on this Tuesday evening, as it will be for the Governors. 7-8-9. First pitch misses for ball one to Spencer Lettler. Lettler, the DH, had the big 3 RBI double, as that one's over for a strike, and it's now 1-1. 3 RBI double in Game 2 yesterday. That was part of a 7-run fifth inning for the Governors. That one's at the top of the zone on the outside edge, and it's now 1-2 to Lettler. He poked the ball the other way, got the bases clearing, 3 RBI double, and Governors were off and running as there's a swing and a miss by Lettler and a strikeout by Hunter Jansen. There's the first out here in the bottom of the second, and that is the first strikeout of the ball game for Jansen. Spencer Easlin to the plate. So far in the season, Easlin batting .308, his 4 hits and 13 at-bats, all singles, 2 runs driven in for Spencer Easlin, as the first pitch misses for ball one. Brecken Kruger, it will be on deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's popped foul, and that was going to get right over the top, and no chance to make a play as it counts 1-1. I was ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's a curveball that froze Easlin, but also stayed up in the zone and misses. And the count's now 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. And Easlin will shoot that one out towards center field. Going back is Inhofer. He will glide over to his left to make the catch, as he was able to make that in the gap out in right center field. And there's now 2 away. Here in the bottom of the second, it brings up the number 9 hitter, Brecken Kruger. The way the wind was blowing a couple weekends ago, that one had home run distance with the wind. Probably would have hit the scoreboard and actually went over the top of the scoreboard, as windy as it was and blowing out to the outfield out in Sioux Falls. Here's the first pitch to Brecken Kruger. Instead, with limited wind, and for us, it feels like absolutely no wind at all, it was able to hang up long enough for Rich Inhofer to make the catch. 2-0 count to Brecken Kruger, as he's batting .226. 6 runs driven in so far, 1 double on the season, and only extra base hit to this point. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. Here's the 2-1 from Jansen. That one is outside, and it's now 3-1. George Stalley is on deck with 2 away. 1 shin guard on, 1 shin guard off. And now he will come to the plate, as that's a walk to Kruger. He'll get to first base, and he rounds it after he got to the backstop on the walk, but he will stay at first base. And now here is the catcher in George Stalley, who popped out to the right fielder in his first trip to the plate. Kruger on at first with 2 away. Here in the bottom of the second, first pitch is well upstairs, taking high for ball one. Stalley coming in is hitting .435 with 5 doubles. That one's upstairs and is now 2-0. 10 hits, 5 singles, 5 doubles, 10 runs driven in. An OPS of 1.152. There's a ground ball, third base side, backhanded by the third baseman, unable to field it cleanly. And he is on at first base as Stallion. That would be a tough play for the third baseman for Cruikshank if he makes it cleanly. Not sure if that will be scored a base hit or not. I'd be inclined to home a little bit of a favorable home crowd and a home scorer. I'd give him a hit. Help out the batting average. I think we're going to give him a hit for Stallion. Now it's first and second for Lincoln Keenels. Drew a 4-pitch walk, first trip to the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Upstairs is now 2-0. Train rolling through. Trevor Rounds is running for Stally. Train rolling through here at Hyde Stadium, or past Hyde Stadium. That was the shortest train that I've seen roll through Pierre, I think, ever. But he's making sure that everybody knows that he's in the town of Pierre, South Dakota. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Keenels gets the green light, but he fouls it out of play. And it's now 3-1. Still a good hitter's count. And if you're Hunter Jansen and the Sturgis coaching staff right now, I don't know if you want to give him anything good to hit. 3-1 pitch. That one is over for a strike, and it's now 3-2. Got the outside edge. And now both runners will get a head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Both runners take off. It's low for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. As it will bring up Gary Nedved. Tying run is now in scoring position. A base hit from Nedved would surely tie it. With runners off with contact, a ball in the gap would surely give the Governors a 4-3 lead. As Nedved will ground the first pitch up the middle, be fielded by the shortstop, and he'll go the easy way, step in the bag at second. And Kelton Olson will retire the side. Governors don't score as they get 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We have played 2 innings, and the Sturgis Scoopers lead the Pierre Governors 3-1. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
As we welcome you back here, it is the top of the third inning. Pierre Governors trailing the Sturgis Scoopers 3-1. As for the Scoopers, it'll be Ridge Inhofer, Owen Cass, and Kelton Olson. He might reach his base. It'll be Kane Peters. As Inhofer will come to the plate. He struck out swinging his first trip to the plate. Jackson Edmond through 2 innings so far. Those 3 runs given up in the top of the second inning, but he's got 5 strikeouts. There's a ground ball. That one eats up Nedved over at third base. And we'll see what that one's scored. It might be an error on Nedved. And the leadoff man is on the first pitch. And now to bring up Owen Cass, who doubled in his first at-bat, came around to score. He opened up the second inning with a double. This is pitch number 50 for Jackson Edmond. That one's over for strike 1. So if Edmond goes more than 80, he will not be able to return until next week, Tuesday, when the Governors will host the Brookings Bobcats for a doubleheader. If he goes less than 80, He would be available to come back on Saturday, or I guess as early as they take him out of the ball game. He could return on Saturday to pitch. Lincoln Keenels is able to return to pitch on Saturday, as is Brady Getz. Those two guys didn't matter. There was a pickoff attempt, and they got him out at first. A good move from Jackson Edmond, and the leadoff man is retired on a pickoff attempt. And Jackson Edmond is able to throw it over to Keenels. A good tag over at first base. And there's now one down with a 1-1 count to Owen Cass. It's a big, big first out. That one is over for strike 2, and it's now 1-2. Nedved does get an error on that ground ball from Rich Inhofer. So the count is 1-2. That's the third Governor error in the ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We're in the top of the third inning. And a 3-1 lead for the Sturgis Scoopers. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Got started at 5:28. As that one's out towards right field. Zabel coming in. That's going to land in front for a base hit. And Cass is now 2 for 2. There's one on and one out here in the top of the third inning. And it brings up Kelton Olson, who is a strikeout victim of Jackson Edmond. So Edmond so far, he's given up those 3 runs, but only one of those were earned. As he's about to throw pitch number 55. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits against. There's a line shot out towards the gap in right center field. That is down for extra bases for Kelton Olson. Kruger is able to cut it off. They're going to try and wave him in. Wiebe, the throw to the plate. It's a high one, and not being able to get the tag down was Stalley's good slide. I say that Stalley was able to get the tag down. He had to reach up high as he came down. The runner in Owen Cass was able to slide head first and slide to the infield side of the bag and the fair territory side of home plate and to get his hand across as Stalley had to back up a step to make the catch. It ends up being a RBI double for Kelton Olson. And it's now 4-1, and Kane Peters will come to the plate. That's a heck of a play. And that's, again, where perfect throws get you. There's a ground ball right back to Edmond. He'll step and throw. The runner went off to third base, and Keenels will make the catch over at first, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the third inning. And over to third is Olson. And it will bring up Connor Cruikshank. But that's where, on the base pass, you're saying you got to try it because, again, a perfect throw from Kruger to Wiebe, from Wiebe to Stalley, that's the only way you get him. There's a ground ball to the shortstop Hanson, the low throw, and Keenels will dig it out at first base. And that will retire the side here in the top of the third inning as the Governors now down 4-1 to the Sturgis Scoopers here after 2.5. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
It is the bottom of the third inning. The Governors now down 4-1, as it is going to be 4, 5, and 6. Jaden Wiebe, Jet Zabel, and Matthew Hanson. Wiebe singled, got to third, but was stranded in the first inning. He stole second on a throwing error from the catcher, got to third. And Wiebe will put that one out towards right center field, but coming in is the right fielder and Allen to make the catch, and there's one pitch and one out to open up the bottom of the third inning. And it now brings up Jet Zabel, who drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. But again, to go back to that run scoring to make it 4-1. You test it out because, as I said, Kruger out in center has to make a perfect throw to Wiebe. Weebe's got to make a perfect throw to Stallion. He's got to put the tag down. And that wasn't a bad throw from Kruger to Wiebe and from Wiebe to Stallion. That's, another step. He's out at the plate. But you got to make sure all those steps are in line to try and get the runner out trying to score as it counts 1-1 to Jet Zabel. And if that's the case, then as a coaching staff and as the hitter, that one's out towards left center field. That one's going to get down. Actually, that's down the left field line. Zabel rounds first. He's on his way to second. Throw coming in. Short hops the shortstop and Olsen. No chance to get Zabel on at second. It's a one-out double for Jet Zabel. And he is in scoring position here in the bottom of the third with one away. As for Zabel, that is going to be a double number 3 on the season. 15th hits for the big, tall Jet Zabel. And Matthew Hansen now will come to the plate with an RBI opportunity with a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Hansen right down the middle for strike one. So now here in this scenario, a base hit. You're probably sending Zabel, trying to get him to score, and it would take a perfect throw. Try and get him. Now it counts 1-1 to Matthew Hansen. From the stretch, 1-1 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-1. Here to the Governor shortstop. Flew out to center field in his first trip to the plate. Hansen so far, .370 batting average. There's a ground ball. It goes off the mound, nearly goes off the umpire, and it goes underneath the glove of the shortstop and Olsen as Zabel will come in to score. And it's now a 4-2 ball game. That one had a lot going on in that play. And we'll see what the official scoring is, but that nearly hit the umpire. That was the case if it hits the umpire because he's in front of the play is dead. Hansen's on at first, and Zabel has to stop at third base. If the umpire's behind the players, and that usually all about happens in Major League Baseball, or I guess if you're on the line, if it goes off the umpire, then the play is still live, and the ball is not dead. He becomes part of the field. But before it gets to the fielders, the play would be dead, and Hansen would have a single. Zabel would be on at third base. A quick mound visit. Everybody's back. That didn't take very long, as it's now Spencer Lettler. Cade Kaiser will come in to hit for Spencer Lettler. So Kaiser will get an opportunity to hit here with the runner at first. And one down here in the bottom of the third inning. And because it went off the mound so awkwardly, there's a swing and a miss, a back pick, and Hansen is back at first base. But because it went off the mound awkwardly and it bounced up, the umpire was trying to get out of the way to begin with, and then it popped up on him and nearly went off of him, and then the shortstop, Olsen, probably didn't see it quite the way he wanted to, and it turned into a ball that got through. Zabel was able to easily score, and Hansen's on at first base. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one will bounce into the dirt. Hansen takes off for second. He will be there standing up. It was a good block by the catcher and Stroud, but no shot to get Hansen, who read that well. A pitch that's bouncing well in front of the home plate. Matthew Hansen gets credited for the base hit on it as the count's now 3-1. So a 3-1 count here to Cade Kaiser. 3-1 pitch is at the letters, and the count is now full at 3-2. On at second is Hansen. Here's a 3-2 to Kaiser. And Kaiser will rip that one out towards right center field. That one is back. That one is still going back. And that one is out of here. A home run for Cade Kaiser, his second of the season. He had it inside the Parker, and that one barely got out, but it gets out for a home run for Cade Kaiser. And the Governors are tied 4-4 on Kaiser's second home run of the season. That one carried out. And Cade Kaiser goes yard. And we are tied 4-4. How about that one for Cade Kaiser? Spencer Easlin up to the plate. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. Still one out here in the bottom of the third inning. The Governors have scored 3 runs and have tied this one up 4-4. On the long ball here from Cade Kaiser, a 2-run homer. 1-0 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-0 to Spencer Easlin, the left fielder. Comes in, pinch hits in the DH spot, and goes deep, and goes the opposite way, too. And it's now 3-0. As they say now, an Apotaco for Cade Kaiser. I'm not a big fan of that saying, but an opposite field home run for Cade Kaiser, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Spencer Easlin. And some action out in the right field bullpen now for the Sturgis Scoopers, and we quickly trying to get a man loose out there, out in the left field bullpen. As Brecken Kruger will come to the plate, and a mound visit now out for Jansen to try and buy some time to get the man warm out in left field for the Scoopers. Talked to Brian White right after the weekend of the Governors playing out in Sioux Falls, and that was the inside the park home run for Cade Kaiser. Diving back in safely is Easlin on a pickoff attempt. And Coach White had told Cade Kaiser, or I was talking to him about it, and he hit an inside the park home run. He goes, well, I said congratulations on the bomb, and he didn't try and correct me. There's a bunt attempt from Kruger. A good bunt over to third base. The throw to first is not in time. Kruger beats it out. An infield single for Brecken Kruger on the bunt hit. And it's now first and second. And now out to third base is going to be Spencer Easlin as the ball got away. There's nobody covering third. Going back to third base was Cruikshank. The throw got wide of the third baseman Cruikshank, and it goes as an error. And it's now second and third. So there's the first error of the inning and the second error of the ball game for the Sturgis Scoopers. And 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And George Stalley swings and misses in the first pitch. But to go back and Coach White say, hey, congratulations on the bomb. Cade Kaiser said, hey, thanks. Didn't correct him and say it was an inside the park home run or anything. Just made him believe that he left the yard. Well, this time, and there is video proof that it was an inside the park home run. So I guess maybe shame on Coach Brian White for not watching more intently on YouTube at KCCR Sports. That one hits Stalley on the 0-2 pitch, and the bases are now loaded. As Lincoln Keenholz now will come to the plates, but he'll come to the plate with the bases loaded and a new pitcher. How about this to come into the ball game with the bases loaded, and you got to face Lincoln Keenholz. So we'll have the new pitcher on the mound. We'll step aside for a minute, come back with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and the Governors looking to take the lead. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Bo Peters is now on the mound here for the Sturgis Scoopers, and he will be tasked with the bases loaded and 1 out, and he's going to face Lincoln Keenels. First pitch to him is taken for strike 1. Bo Peters on the year so far. This will be his 5th appearance. 5 1/3 innings as Keenels will foul the 0-1 pitch out, and it's now 0-2. Peters so far an ERA of 3.93 and a whip of 1.312. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. 0-2 pitch. Keenels waits on the 0-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Fielded by the shortstop. Steps on the bag for 1 out at first base as well. A 6-3 double play to end the inning. And Bo Peters comes in. His first batter that he faces. It's a 6-3 double play to end the inning. And we remain tied. 3-run score on 4 hits in the inning. There was 1 error. The biggest hit was a 2-run home run from Cade Kaiser. And 2 men left on base. After 3 innings, we are tied 4-4 between Pierre and Sturgis. Back in a minute, you listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
It is the top of the 4th inning, and the Pierre Governors and Sturgis Scoopers tied 4-4. As Adam Floor and Evan Stroud, 8-9, and the top of the order in Dawson Inhofer to lead things off in the top of the 4th inning in this tie ball game. Adam Floor reached on an error in his first trip to the plate. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Governors with 3 errors so far, 2 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside, I think. And the count's now 2-0. Floor on the year, just an 80 batting average. 080. That one's popped up, foul territory. Lincoln Keenels will give chase. Will he have enough room? It is going to land foul in play, but he and Kaiser slowly bumped into each other. Not enough to cause any injury or anybody getting hurt off of it. And the count's 2-1. Now here to Adam Floor. The 2-1, a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2 to Floor. Here in the top of the 4th inning. The leadoff man, the 2-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, is now 3-2. Floor so far has, again, batting average of 080, just 2 hits, 2 singles, 2 runs driven in. He has walked 4 times, struck out 6 times. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 7th time he's been struck out this year. And that is the 6th strikeout of the ball game for Jackson Edmond. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning, and it brings up Evan Stroud, the catcher, who is also one of those 6 strikeout victims. As Dawson Inho for the top of the order waits on deck. Here's the first pitch. That was upstairs for ball 1. To Inhofer, or excuse me, to Evan Stroud. Be pitch number 65 for Jackson Edmond. There's a ground ball foul over towards third base. That one will get through that hole in the wall. And the count's now 1-1, gets out of play. So in 65 pitches, 42 strikes for Jackson Edmond. 42 strikes, 23 balls thrown. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss is now 1-2. Like to see, at the probably the very least, like to see 2/3 of those pitches that you throw be strikes. Be in the strike zone consistently. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Upstairs is now 2-2, and that's what Jackson Edmond has done so far in this ball game. And again, if you want to try and, I don't know, without somebody from the field coming in right now, nobody warming up in the right field bullpen for the Governors. That one just misses outside, and the count is full now at 3-2. You're closing in on the 80 pitch count. If he gets over 80, he is unable to come back the rest of this weekend, or going into the weekend. But if he throws under 80, he can come back and pitch again on Saturday. That one is fouled out of play, and the count is still at 3-2. Stroud then back to the top of the order here in the top of the fourth inning. 4-4 is their score. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball left side, and that one's past Hanson and into left field for a base hit. Fifth hit of the ball game for the Sturgis Scoopers. And there's one on and one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Get back to the top of the order for Dawson Inhofer. Inhofer reached on an error in the second inning, was stranded over at first base. Here's the first pitch from Edmond. Instead of pickoff attempt and diving back in safely is Stroud over at first base. Stroud, the catcher, running for himself. You'd have the courtesy runner for the pitcher and catcher, although both pitchers not in the batting order. That one is over for strike one to Dawson Inhofer. Governors in the bottom of the fourth inning will have 3, 4, and 5. Nedved, Wiebe, and Zabel. Nedved the only man to not come to the plate for the Pierre Governors in the third inning. Another pickoff attempt and back in safely. And I don't know if Keenels was trying for the hidden ball trick or not. He was throwing it back to Edmond, and he dropped the ball behind him. Here you see if that Stroud would step off the bag. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled back, and it's now 0-2. And when Edmond is doing well with that pickoff move, as a lefty, you stay on the rubber, you just got to make sure you step towards first base, but you get a little leeway of starting to go home a little bit. The 0-2 pitch will miss in the dirt. The throw from Stalley to second, and that one might have bounced off of Stroud. Wiebe ended up with it, but he didn't put the tag down because I think the ball bounced off of Stroud. And so he's safe at second base because the ball popped up into Wiebe's glove. The count's now 1-2. But you can somewhat move towards home plate, but as long as that leg goes mostly to home, that one's coming over to third base now. A throw over and sliding into Stroud again. Two very close plays over at second and third. Stalley put it right on the money both times, but as the ball got into the dirt, got just enough away from him that Stroud was able to take second and third base. So now he is 90 feet away from Sturgis reclaiming the lead with a 2-2 count and one down here at the top of the fourth. A strikeout would be a big one. Infield is mostly in all the way around. Hansen's just a little bit back in the baseline between second and third. There's a swing and a miss. Inhofer was jammed on the pitch. He actually took a step back and then swung at it. And he swings and misses for the second out. And it brings up Dustin Allen now. Allen is 0 for 2, struck out swinging and also grounded back to Edmond to end the top of the second inning. And now the infield will go back to normal depth. First pitch gets to the backstop, and Sturgis will take the lead on a wild pitch. And it's now a 5-4 game, and Sturgis is back out in front. And the count is 1-0 to Dustin Allen. So here at the top of the fourth inning, a 5-4 lead. A lot of ball game left, still over half a ball game left here in game number one. That one is a chopper that has got a lot of spin. That ends up going foul. And it's now 1-1. That one bounced in the grass in the infield and then had so much backspin on it. It just forced its way on the grass on the other side of foul territory around the infield dirt. Counts back now at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will bounce in, and the count's now 2-1. Dustin Allen on deck would be Rich Inhofer. That is 2-3 in the lineup right now here for Sturgis, with Allen at the plate. Here's the 2-1. That one misses low and inside, and the count's now 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Bounces in, and it's a walk issued by Edmonds. Second walk issued so far in the ball game. Brings up the center fielder, Rich Inhofer. But Dirk Campbell before then will make his way out. And we're going to have some action in the bullpen out in right field. As trying to see who that might be warming up out in right field, as you have to get loose pretty quickly. I think that might be Matthew Brewer. He got a hoodie on, so it's harder to tell. But a long conversation here, Dirk Campbell and Jackson Edmond. And Dirk's still standing over at the mound as Edmond tucks his shirt back in, tucks his jersey back in. Second time that the Governors are wearing these new unis. As it's now Rich Inhofer. Runner on first. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. And Rich Inhofer, who reached on an error last time up, first pitch swinging, launches it to left field. That had home run distance, but it is well foul. So it's nothing but a long strike to Inhofer, who nearly went yard and would have put a 7-4 lead for Sturgis. Inhofer's got the 1 home run for the Scoopers so far. He's got 6 extra base hits, 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run. That one just goes down as a long strike. Pickoff attempt. And back in safely. And again, back to Jackson Edmond. His pickoff move, you got to be careful, but also you can start to go home a little bit. But as long as you're going out to first base, you're not going to call for a balk very often. Here's a ground ball left side. Past the diving Gary Nedved out into left field. It's now first and second, but it gets underneath the glove of Spencer Easlin. And both runners will move up 90 feet, so it's now second and third on a single and an error for Rich Inhofer. And that is the Governor's 4th error now in this ball game in 4 innings. And Owen Cass now on the plate. Kelton Olson will be on deck, but Owen Cass, he's 2 for 2. Doubled in the second, singled in the third. He's come around to score both times, and he's got 2 big RBI opportunities out there at second and third base. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Owen Cass. Cass hitting .354 in the season with those 13 runs driven in. Second on the team. And RBIs for Sturgis. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is over for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Sturgis at 7-6, but seed point wise, they're at 13th place. The Governors at 6 and 7 are in 8th place with a full seed point ahead, 1.3 points ahead of Sturgis. The 0-2 pitch just misses low and outside to Owen Cass. Nearly got the strikeout to leave those 2 men stranded out in scoring position. Well, that's the job right now for Jackson Edmond, with 2 outs and runners at second and third here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2. That one is looked at for a strike 3. And Edmond will get 3 strikeouts in the inning, but not before another run comes in to score. for the Sturgis Scoopers. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. Another error for the Governors and 2 men left on base. After 3.5, Sturgis leads Pierre 5-4. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Pierre Governors down 5-4, 3, 4, and 5 for Pierre. Gary Nedved, Jaden Wiebe, as Nedved will line a base hit, and that's going to get out in the left center field. And that's going to be extra bases for Nedved. He's not stopping at second. He's on his way to third, and he is going to be gunned out at third base without a slide in. And so the Governors are going to have the leadoff man out at third base. A double for Nedved, but he is out trying to get to third. So he is gunned from, I believe that was the center fielder, so an 8-6-5 put out on the double. And it brings up Jaden Wiebe. First pitch to him misses low and outside for ball 1. And unfortunately for Pierre, that's the cardinal sin of making the first or third out at third base. The count's now 2-0 here to Wiebe. He's either standing at second base with nobody out, and you can use 2 productive outs to bring him in. And that's why they say don't make the first or third out at third, because you either got the 2 outs, productive outs to bring you in. There's a swing and a miss by Wiebe, and the count's now 2-2. Or with 2 outs in the inning, if you're at second base, well, you're off with contact, so a base hit's going to score you. You don't need that extra 90 feet to score. Usually don't need that 90 feet to score. As the count's now 2-2 to Wiebe, and that's outside. It's now 3-2. And with 1 out, you try it, because then you use that 1 more productive out to get you in to score. 3-2 pitch is outside for ball 4. That's the second time that Wiebe's on base. And it brings up Jet Zabel with 1 on and now 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Zabel, he doubled his last trip to the plate. He's 1 for 1, been on base both times. He walked in the first and then doubled down the left field line in the third. A 5-4 score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pickoff attempt, and Wiebe's picked off at first. And the Governors have had 2 base running mistakes here in the 4th inning. And now there's nobody on and 2 away. And so now Zabel's working with nobody on base and 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. That one's outside for ball 1. That one is, it's the little things. You know, game of inches in baseball, but it's doing the right things on the base pass, defensively, at the plate, on the mound. There's a lot of things that it takes to be a good baseball team. And the Governors have the qualities to do it, but at different times have just been unable to. There's a base hit for Jet Zabel out in the center field. And now he's on base for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 2. A single and a double. And the bottom of the 4th inning is 1 to circle here for the Governors if you're not able to win this ball game. Because that base hit from Zabel, and obviously, you know, the pitcher in Bo Peters is going to throw a little bit differently with runners at first and second and nobody out compared to nobody on and 2 away. But a base hit from Zabel scores Nedved. Wiebe's on at third base. Most likely he's going from first to third. The first pitch is over for a strike. And instead now Zabel's by himself for first base with Matthew Hansen at the plate and 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-1 pitch, pickoff attempt. Back diving in safely is Zabel. And again, a man warming up out in the right field bullpen for the Pierre Governors. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's a curveball that Hansen started to give up on. He starting to duck out of the way. Unable to get the swing even if he wanted to, and it's taken for a strike. And the count is quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Peters. That one will never tempt the zone. Hansen dropped the bat to make sure it didn't go off for a foul ball. And the count is 1-2 here to Matt Hansen. Pickoff attempt. Diving back in safely again is Zabel. Right after Landon Badger over at third base was telling Zabel to get a bigger lead. He's still telling him to get a bigger lead. Here's the 1-2. That one's upstairs, and it's now 2-2. A step and a dive, what they teach you. One step and a dive back to the bag. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Peters to Hansen. Zabel takes off. The throw to second is a high one into center field. Zabel takes off now for third, and unable to field it cleanly is Ridge Inhofer. And now Zabel's going to take off for home. The throw coming in, cut off by Peters, and Zabel will slide in safely as the center fielder Inhofer, Ridge Inhofer. It bobbled. He didn't catch it cleanly, and he was slow to pick it back up, didn't throw it back in soon enough, and Zabel went from first all the way to home and didn't even have a play at the plate. So it goes as an error on the catcher in Stroud. And then we were tied 5-5. And so just like that, and again, to be a good baseball team, those are the little things. That Inhofer didn't throw it in quick enough, and it causes now the game to be tied. Now Hansen on a 3-2 pitch, pops it up, foul territory, long run coming in. It will land foul near the bullpen out in right field, where Johnny Lyons, who's warming up, or acting as the catcher right now, he had to get out of the way. We still will do it at 3-2. But if Inhofer picks up the ball quickly, throws it back in, Zabel doesn't have an opportunity to take off for home and will not take off for home. 3-2 pitch is outside for ball 4. And we will now have Cade Kaiser coming to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Kaiser, his last at bat, went deep out and out of the ballpark, out to right center field. A ball that just barely got out and looked kind of harmless to the point of getting out. It was easily going to be a gap shot. Kaiser went deep with it. As he swings and misses, he was trying to make it 7-5 on that first swing. Well, if I can do it once, I can do it a second time. A 2-run homer at the point tied the game up 4-4. We're now tied 5-5 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a runner on first with 2 away. And a pickoff attempt. Back in safely is Hansen without a tag applied by the first baseman Floor. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike. Trying to back pick now at first base, and back in safely again is Hansen. Counts 0-2 to Kaiser. And this is the first year in high school baseball that they are using metal bats. In Legion, they start using metal bats, but they'd been using wood bats prior to this year. So the Governors offensively, not a whole lot of home runs. There's a taken third strike by Cade Kaiser, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th. A wacky inning with a run scoring on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We have played 4 completes, and that's box score doesn't tell you just how wacky it was, but 4 complete. It's a 5-5 game between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back here, top of the fifth inning, 5-5 is their score between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. Spencer Kelly is now on the mound for the Pierre Governors, as he will make his second relief appearance. He actually threw against the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll get you his totals through the season and also what he did against the Sturgis Scoopers in just a moment, as it is 5, 6, and 7. Owen Cass, actually Kelton Olson, Kane Peters, and Connor Cruikshank will be the first three hitters here in the top of the fifth inning. And Spencer Kelly will be the man that will try, and he's a guy that will go through the lineup once, and that's about the extent that the Governors like to have him go through the lineup. Just one time. First pitch is upstairs for ball one to Kelton Olson, who doubled home a run back in the top of the third inning, which gave Sturgis a 4-1 lead at the time. 1-0 pitch is over for strike one, and the count is even at a ball and a strike to Olson. Spencer Kelly on the year so far. This is his fourth appearance, second relief appearance in 6 1/3 innings. 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 of them earned, as that one's flown out to Brecken Kruger, and he's not going to have a easier fly ball to deal with in a baseball game. I don't know if he really even moved, and the leadoff man is retired. That is a can of corn if I ever saw one. And there's one down. Kane Peters will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Give up 6 runs, 6 of them earned. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, an ERA of 6.632 and a whip of 1.895 for Spencer Kelly. First pitch is upstairs for ball one to Kane Peters. In that game against the Sturgis Scoopers, he started game 2. 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. He had a 9-pitch first inning with 2 strikeouts. All 9 of those pitches were strikes from Spencer Kelly. The count's now 2-0. He got into the third inning, didn't record the out in the third inning, but had gotten through the 2 complete and started the third against the Sturgis Scoopers, and that was his first outing as a Pierre Governor. There's a base hit out in the right field for Kane Peters. He goes the other way, and he is now 2 for 3, as Connor Cruikshank will come to the plate with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. And Spencer Kelly will work from the stretch here in the top of the 5th. Cruikshank 0 for 1, walked, and ground out of the shortstop in his 2 trips to the plate so far. That one's popped foul, and that one will land out in the stands, and it's 0-1. This is the one and only year for Spencer Kelly for the Pierre Governors as a pitcher only, although the JV game tomorrow, he told me it sounds like he's going to be potentially to hit and play the field a little bit. That one comes in and hits Connor Cruikshank, or did it? No, it went off the handle of the bat, so it's a strike. Ends up being a foul ball, and it's 0-2. And Cruikshank is saying, "You got to be kidding me." And Spencer Kelly might be saying, "You got to be kidding me too," but he's going to take that, "You got to be kidding me." So now here's the 0-2 pitch from Kelly to Cruikshank. That one will get to the backstop. The second base will go Peters. And the count is now 1-2. On a wild pitch from Spencer Kelly. Kelly's got I don't know what his actual wingspan is, but his arm's almost draped down below his knees. And he's got a long wingspan, which is good for a pitcher, good for a tennis player. 1-2 pitch is inside, and it's now 2-2. He was not here yesterday, and obviously playing tennis with the Pierre Governors. And that's big for, that's good also, and realizing it for the coaching staff in terms of you knew that Kelly was not available to pitch. There's a ground ball to Hanson over at short. The throw to first is in time. Taking third base is Kane Peters on the ground ball. But there's now 2 down. And Spencer Kelly trying to keep that runner over at third base as Cruikshank grounds out for the second time in the shortstop. And now it's Adam Floor who reached base on an error and also struck out swinging. But you kind of playing around, and you're probably planning around for Kelly not to be available Friday, but potentially be available for Saturday with tennis playing on Friday again, although it is at home, so there's a possibility of maybe the second game. But what the Governor coaching staff can do is saying, okay, well, maybe he's here for the second game, but we can just plan that he's not going to be and just start maybe lining him up to throw in relief against Roosevelt, or maybe start against Roosevelt as the first pitch, or the 0-1 pitch is outside, and it's now 1-1. And with that, too, Spencer Kelly, we talked about him going through the batting order one time, and then you find someone else to throw. He's not a soft tosser, but kind of a soft tosser compared to some. 1-1 pitch there. One Floor will pop that one up in the shallow center field. Kruger will come in. He'll make the catch, and that retires the side here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. That's a big 0 because now the Governors can go back and try and take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You're tied 5-5 between Pierre and Sturgis. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
It is the bottom of the 5th inning. The Pierre Governors are tied with the Sturgis Scoopers, 5-5. John Winkler here on this Monday evening. As Spencer Easlin will lead things off 8-9-1. Easlin, Kruger, and George Stalley be the first 3 hitters. As we just about an hour and a half into this ball game. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. We got started a little bit late. Bus problems for Sturgis. And we got started at 5:28 instead of right around 5 o'clock. 1-0 pitch is outside, and it's now 2-0 here to Easlin. He is 0 for 1, flew out to center field, and also walked. He was stranded over at third base back in the 3rd inning. It's a 3-0 count now to Easlin. Sturgis had some of the players were coming in. They were having a little bit of fun with the bus trouble. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one is outside for ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the 5th inning. And it will bring up Brecken Kruger. Nobody's immune to having any vehicle problems. As Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1, walked and also singled, a bunt single for Kruger. He's going to try and bunt again. That one's down the third base line, but is foul. And it's 0-1. But they were in good spirits, even though the trip ends up being a longer one to get here one, but then also having to get back because he started half an hour late. As the count is 0-1 here to Brecken Kruger. Easlin will lead away from first. See if the bunt is still on here for Kruger. Pickoff attempt and diving back in safely is Eastland over at first base. This is game one of a doubleheader. Tomorrow is just one single game. There's a swing and a miss. Back pick and back in safely again is Eastland, and the count's now 0-2. Here to Brecken Kruger. Another action out in the left field bullpen for the Sturgis Scoopers. Blake Dean will join me here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports tomorrow evening. Kruger will sky this one out towards left field. It's in foul territory. Coming in and not able to make the catch is a left fielder in Kane Peters. And partly, I wouldn't say it's because of the guys warming up out there, but you can't say it's not fully because those guys out there warming up. Because Peters kind of slowed up, knowing that he was getting close to the wall. And there's a long, that warning track, that dirt around the grass in foul territory and going out to the warning track is quite big. So it's not just 1-2 steps and you're at the wall. It's a couple more steps after that. That's a ball in the dirt that Eastland will take off for a second. He is there standing up, and the count's now 1-2. And also, it was near the home plate area where the catcher, trying to warm him up, I mean, he was just told, hey, watch out. He doesn't know where the ball is at. He can't locate it right away, so he's trying to get out of the way. Well, probably watching the left fielder trying to get out of the way. Kruger will line this one out towards center field, but Ridge Inhofer is right there to make the catch. Faking the tag is Eastland, and he'll go back to second. There's one out here in the bottom of the fifth, and then we'll bring up George Stalley. And Stalley, who is 1 for 2, singled in the second, flew out to the right fielder in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third. It'll be his fourth plate appearance in 5 innings. Here's the first pitch to Stalley. Eastland takes off as a pitch in the dirt. A perfect chance to steal. Worked out great for Eastland. He's easily on at third base. And so now Eastland with a stolen base, 90 feet away from giving the Governors a 6-5 lead. Infield will come in all the way around, and Stalley will lace it out towards right center field. That one's going to get over the head, and Stalley can run. He's on his way to second. He's easily going to round second and on his way to third. It'll be a stand-up triple for George Stalley, and the Governors take a 6-5 lead, an RBI triple for the freshman Stalley. Trading places with Eastland, and the Governors are back out on top on the second of the ball game for Stalley and his first RBI. And we have a mound visit, and that's actually going to be it for Bo Peters on the mound. So we'll step aside for a minute, come back with our pitching change. Governors now lead at 6-5 over Sturgis. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
So Jack Knutson is now the mound here for the Sturgis Scoopers with George Stalley at third base and Lincoln Keenels, who gets to face another pitcher for the first time, gets to see he basically like been a leadoff man. You know, in the first inning, that's the first guy to see the pitcher, but Keenels has faced the second and third pitcher to open up. And Jack Knutson, is making his fourth appearance, 5 2/3 innings so far. He's given up 8 hits, 10 runs, 6 of them earned, 9 walks, 4 strikeouts. He has hit one man, an ERA of 7.412, and a whip of 3 on the season for Jack Knutson. And Lincoln Keenels here with 1 out and a runner on third base and a 6-5 lead has a chance to double the lead for the Governors. With the infield drawn in all the way around, first pitch from the right-hander, Knutson, and miss inside for ball one. A little bit more velocity than what Bo Peters and Hunter Jansen had, at least on that first pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is taken on the inside edge, and it's now 1-1. Keenels walked twice, and he grounded into a double play. He's 0 for 1. That ended the third inning. That one will hit Keenels in the left arm. And that will be now first and third. And it will be runners at the corners with one down here in the fifth inning. And now here's Gary Nedved. Singled and doubled. He's 2 for 3 so far. Halfway to the cycle for Gary Nedved. Runners at first and third. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Keenels takes off for second, and Nedved will foul the first pitch. And Keenels will have to make his way back to first base. He pitched yesterday, and it's good cardio. Helps out the arm. So Nedved now down in the count 0-1. Looking for hit number 3 of the day for Gary Nedved. Keenel's not running this time. The pitch is taken inside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, just past 7 o'clock. This is still game 1 of our doubleheader. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Keenels takes off for second. That pitch misses inside, and there is no throw. And Keenels is now in scoring position at second with the steal. It was a fake throw, and seeing if Stalley would try and break for home. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Nedved. Swings and fouls that one back. And we are even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Wiebe waits on deck. Then followed by Jet Zabel. 2-2 with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Nedved. Fouls that one back and over towards the third base dugout off the bricks, and Landon Badger will throw it over. Third baseman is in. Everybody else back right now in the infield. Here's a 2-2. And Nedved will pop it up on the infield. No infield fly rule. Floor will back up. He'll make the catch, and there's now 2 down. And it's up to Jaden Wiebe to extend this lead here for the Governors. And Jet Zabel, we'll see if maybe he has an opportunity as well. Wiebe comes in at bat 1 for 2. Singled, stranded at third in the first inning, flew out to right field in the third, walked and was picked off in the fourth. First pitch is over for strike 1. Wiebe coming in the game, .333 batting average. 3 runs driven in. All of his hits have been singles so far. Swings and misses, and it's now 0-2. Stalley leads away from third. Keenels at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And spoiling it was Wiebe, nearly going down the first base line, but it is foul and remains at 0-2. That ball ricochets off the corner of the wall out in right field and got into fair territory, so the right fielder and Allen had to come over to get that ball to play. So here's the 0-2 pitch again. And Wiebe fights it off. It's going to land down, and the second baseman, a quick throw to first is in time to get Wiebe out. Cass had to make a perfect throw to retire Wiebe, and he does. And that will end it here in the 5th inning. So 1 run scores on the inning on 1 hit. It was an RBI triple from George Stalley. No errors. And there was 2 men left on base. We head to the 6th inning. We are tied. Actually, the Governors have the lead, 6-5. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know, my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
It is the top of the sixth inning, and the Pierre Governors lead at 6-5 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Joe Winkler here on this Tuesday evening. Games 3 and 4 of the week for the Governors, as they have one game tomorrow, and then a doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Saturday. Kind of looking forward to Saturday's doubleheader in terms of weather. As well, even Friday, it's supposed to be 70 degrees Friday here in Pierre, but 77 on Saturday. Maybe some wind. Okay, well, maybe not as much excited about that, but 77-degree day here in Pierre, scheduled to be here in Pierre. That can easily change. We know how much the weather likes to stay the same from one day to the next in the forecast. First pitch misses for ball one to Evan Stroud, the number 9 hitter. Takes up high and is now 2-0. So Kelly faced 4 hitters in the 5th inning. And we'll see how quickly he can get through the inning here in the 6th. That one's fouled off the mask of Stalley. And the count's now 2-1. And he was looking every which way for where the ball was at. And Spencer Kelly will make his way down, a little bit of a smile on his face and telling Stalley, I got this. Count's now 2-1. And Stalley seems to be okay. Just couldn't locate where the ball was at. Bounced pretty high and far off of the mask of George Stalley. Here's a 2-1 from Spencer Kelly. Line shot to Hopper to Hansen. Almost ate him up. Throw across is in time. The leadoff man retired. Good play there from Matt Hansen to stay with it. And there's one down here in the top of the 6th. So it's back to the top of the order for Dawson Inhofer. And we'll see where... We'll see how the 7th inning goes, and obviously you got to get through the 6th inning here for the Governors. But if Spencer Kelly is able to get through the first 2 guys, or the next 2 guys here, maybe retire the outside order, he's not going to, at least right now. There's a base hit from Dawson Inhofer, the leadoff man. So he is on at first, but there's still that possibility of a double play. But do you try and, and I think their game plan for Kelly is get him through one time of the order before relieving him for another reliever. But do you try and let him grind it out in the 7th inning and maybe face Kelton Olson again or Kane Peters again? Be the first 2 guys that saw him. There's a line shot. There's a base hit out into left center field. Rounding second is Dawson Inhofer. He's going to get to third. To second base will be Dustin Allen. It's a double, and it's now second and third with one away. Back-to-back hits for the Sturgis Scoopers, and it brings up the number 3 hitter in Ridge Inhofer. And George Stalley will make his way out. Actually, I think they're going to walk Inhofer. Yep, they're going to walk the bases loaded to get to Owen Cass. So an intentional walk to Ridge Inhofer, and it gives the opportunity for the Governors to stay back in the middle, into the corners. And for Owen Cass, or here for the Pierre Governors, a ground ball right back to Spencer Kelly to go home with it. Maybe turn a 1-2-3 double play. The bases are now loaded with one out here at the top of the 6th inning. Keenels at first and Nedved at third are in at the corners, with Inhofer at third leading away from third, Allen at second, and Ridge and Hofer at first. Kelly worked from the windup. Here's the first pitch. And it hits the helmet of Owen Cass. And the game is tied 6-6. And so an RBI for Owen Cass. And this game has gone back and forth all the way through here in the top of the sixth inning. We're tied 6-6. And Kellen Olson, who flew out to Brecken Kruger in his first trip, I wouldn't say his last trip to the plate, is 1 for 3 right now with a double. The first pitch is missed for ball 1. Still, you have an opportunity to get a double play to get out of it, keep this ball game tied, but it becomes a lot more of a tense situation here for the Governors. That pitch is in the dirt, and a good block there from Stalley, and the count's now 2-0. Washington Warriors, they beat the Brookings Bobcats 7-5. Washington coming in at the number 10 seed. Brookings the number 3 seed. That's a upset in seed points. Governor split with the Washington Warriors. 2-0 pitch. That one will miss. And now it's 3-0, and Spencer Kelly's going to find the strike zone here. Nowhere to put Kelton Olson. A walk gives the lead to the Sturgis Scoopers. From the windup, here is the 3-0 pitch. That's a 4-pitch walk, and Sturgis now has a 7-6 lead. And they are back out on top. An RBI for Kelton Olson, his second of the day, second of the game, and looks like that's going to do it for Spencer Kelly. As it looks as though we'll have a new man on the mound. And we'll tell you about that here in just a moment. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
So Jaden Wiebe will get the ball here with one out in the top of the sixth inning, and the bases are loaded, as it will be the opportunity to try and extend it for Sturgis, but here for Wiebe, a chance to keep this a one-run deficit. Kane Peters will be the first man to greet him. Kate Kaiser comes into the game out of the DH spot. He'll come in and be at second base, so the DH is now gone. And Kaiser will take over at second. The line total for Jackson Edmond, we didn't get you that one. 4 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Spencer Kelly went an inning and a third. There's a strike to Kane Peters. He gave up 3 hits, but he's responsible for the 3 runs on base right now. 2 earned runs against Spencer Kelly. There's a ground ball back up the middle. It'll be on the bag at second for 1. Over to first, a double play. A 4-3 double play to get out of the inning. And the Governors, that's a huge, huge break for Pierre. A 4-3 double play. Retires the side here at the top of the sixth. 2-run score to give Sturgis the lead back on 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Pierre down 7-6 to Sturgis. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727, a contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified. Call True Green, 882-0643.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the sixth inning, the Pierre Governors down 7-6. What a huge double play it was. A 4-3 double play to end the top of the sixth. Jaden Wiebe comes in. Doesn't have to throw too many pitches to get out of that inning and to keep it a 7-6 ball game. Had the bases loaded and one out, and one batter gets a double play, gets out of the inning. Spencer Kelly to wrap up his line, an inning and a third, 2 runs. Both of them earned 3 walks, or 3 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. That one's upstairs to Jet Zabel, as it is 5, 6, and 7 for the Governors here in the bottom of the sixth, trying to tie it up one more time. And maybe take the lead, and hopefully take the lead one more time and finish it out in the 7th inning. That one is upstairs, and it's now 3-0. Knutsen's got 2/3 of an inning so far as he replaced Bo Peters. We can get you the line totals for both Hunter Jansen and Bo Peters. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Knutsen to Zabel. Misses for a 4-pitch walk, and the tying run is on base as Zabel is 2 for 2 with a single, double, and 2 walks. On base all 4 times for the Governors. Matthew Hansen will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Jansen went 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks and 1 strikeout. As Hansen will take ball 1, that's 5 straight misses here to open up the inning for Knutsen. Bo Peters went 2 full innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Knutsen to Hansen. Make it 6 straight misses. Is now 2-0. I would think that red light and the take sign is going to be going until Knutsen throws a strike. Cade Kaiser, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run, he is on deck. The 2-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. And for Knutsen, even though it was wasn't a 3-0 count, you had to know that I just got to find the strike zone, just throw 1 strike here to get back in the groove of it. 2-1 pitch. Runner takes off. Hansen grounds it up the middle. The flip to second. They got him out at second. The throw to first is going to be off the glove over to the first base dugout as the throw is in the dirt. So Hansen will take second base as it will be a 6U out for Zabel, a fielder's choice for Hansen, but an error charged to the shortstop, and actually it was a flip to second, so a 6-4, and then an error on the second baseman that will be charged to the Scoopers and Owen Cass because that throw, while it's a fielder's choice because you can't assume a double play was going to be turned, but because Hansen got to second, and now Kaiser is hit by the pitch, so he is on at first, and is first and second with 1 away. But because he got to second, Hansen, to finish that out, that goes as an error because there was an extra base. And now we're going to have another pitching change. So we'll have a 4th pitcher coming in the ballgame for the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll step aside for a minute. We'll tell you the changes here in just a moment. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
So as we welcome you back here, it is going to be Aiden Wood now on the mound for the Sturgis Scoopers with runners at first and second. Spencer Easlin will be the first man to greet him. And as we go through the totals for Aiden Wood, we'll get through Knutsen's totals because he still is responsible for the runners at first and second. But so far, Aiden Wood has thrown 5 innings. This is his second appearance. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned in those 5 innings. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. His ERA is 2.8. His WHIP was 1.4. So just his second appearance on the season. Knutsen has went just an inning. He gave up 1 walk. He also hit a man, but no hits, no strikeouts. But he's responsible for the 2 runners out there. So he has not given up a run quite yet, but he's responsible for both the runners at first and second. Spencer Easlin will take ball 1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Governors got the tying run on in scoring position right now. And the go-ahead run is on at first. Hanson at second. Cade Kaiser at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Easlin showing bunt. And a balk is called as so in that case, as it's going to be now second and third, what happened with Aiden Wood is that you don't have to necessarily step off the rubber, but if you do that, you can step around, but you have to throw the ball to first. If he doesn't throw it to first, it is a balk. As now a ground ball up the middle, be fielded by the shortstop. Run comes in to score. The throw to first is in time. So there's now 2 away, but an RBI ground out. That balk is useful for the Governors because it's now a tie ball game at 7-7. And the Cade Kaiser, the go-ahead run, is 90 feet away on the RBI ground outs from Spencer Easlin. And Brecken Kruger has an opportunity to give the Governors the lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Kruger will miss for ball 1. So again, because Wood didn't step off the rubber, but he turned, he has to throw the ball to first base. And when he faked that throw, it turns into a balk. Now if he steps off with the right foot behind the rubber and fakes the throw to first, he can do that all day and not be a balk. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's upstairs, and it's now 3-0 on deck. George Stalley. There's just 1 runner on. It's at third base here in the bottom of the 6th. In a 7-7 tie. 3-0 pitch over for strike 1. Taking all the way was Kruger. He is 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd. Flew out to the center fielder in the 5th. Also drew a walk in the 2nd inning. Here's a 3-1 to Kruger. Goes behind him. They're going to say it did not hit him. So he is on at first. Cade Kaiser comes in to score, and the Governors lead it 8-7. They take the lead on a wild pitch on ball 4. The umpire threw up his hands, but that was because I guess he was signaling that it did not hit him. And Kaiser comes in to score on the wild pitch. And the Governors have an 8-7 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. With 2 outs and George Stalley to the plate trying to, now he can have a chance to extend the lead. Wood steps off, and back to first is Brecken Kruger. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kruger takes off for second. The throw to second on a pitch in the dirt. He is safe at second base on the steal. So now he is in scoring position. As George Stalley has an opportunity with a base hit to give the Governors a 9-7 lead. Here is Stalley as he swings and fouls it back I'm laughing because I dropped my pen, had to reach down to get it, and I cramped up my leg. I got walking off up here. So the count's 1-1. It's a good thing I'm not playing any baseball. So Kruger's on his second. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Stalley will foul it back. And the count is now 1-2. Well, that hurt. I don't think that broadcasting was as dangerous as it seems. Counts 1-2 here to George Stalley from the stretch. And Stalley will pop it foul. Will it stay in play for Stroud, and it will land just foul out of play. And it will roll its way down from the canopy all the way down in a slow roll. And it will take a couple hops. So Stalley stays alive, 1-2. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. From the stretch, Wood delivers the 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Kruger takes off for third. The throw almost got into left field. Cruikshank saved a run, but Kruger is now at third base with the count at 2-2. And no doubt a base hit would give the Governors a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Stalley will tap it foul. It's rolling back fair. And it is a fair ball. And Stalley's got a base hit. It hit the grass and curved its way back down the third base line. By the time that Cruikshank picked it up, it was back in fair territory. And what a base hit for George Stalley to keep the inning alive. An infield single goes down as a line drive in the book. And runners are at first and third with 2 away. Couldn't place it any better. And now here's Lincoln Keatles with an opportunity. And the speed of Stalley over at first base. If he puts one in the gap, I don't think there's any chance that they can throw out Stalley trying to score from first base, because he's going to be off with contact with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Keatles. Stalley is stealing. Ground ball off the leg of the shortstop. He was starting to move over to first base, or to second base, was Olson. But now Kruger comes in to score to make it 9-7, and it's runners at first and second with 2 away. And the inning will continue. And they're going to charge and air the shortstop in Olson. Nedved, ground ball to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. 8 men come to the plate here for the Governors as they will take a 9-7 lead. 2-run score. And Pierre is 3 outs away from closing out game number 1, and we'll see if Jaden Wiebe, as he will make his way out to the mound, will try and close it out here for the Governors. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
As we welcome you back here, top of the 7th inning, and Jaden Wiebe on the mound here for the Governors after he got a double play to finish out at the top of the 6th, which kept the game tied. And what a double play that was for Wiebe to induce that ground ball, because, again, it kept the game tied. The Governors scored 2 runs to have a 9-7 lead here in the top of the 7th, and are 3 outs away from closing it out, and they have 7, 8, 9 up for the Sturgis Scoopers. Connor Cruikshank, Adam Floor, and then Evan Stroud. The first 3 hitters, and for Wiebe and the Governors, hopefully the only 3 hitters that will come to the plate. in the 7th inning. It was 1 run in the first for the Governors, then a 3-1 lead for the Sturgis Scoopers after 2, a 4-1 lead after 2.5, before the Governors tied it back up at 4-4 with a 2-run homer from Cade Kaiser after 3 innings. Sturgis took a 5-4 lead. The Governors tied it back up 5-5, took a 6-5 lead. Took a 6-5 lead. I don't think I messed up somewhere here, but that's first pitch is missed for ball 1. Get back to where I need to be. The Governors actually scored 3 runs. I want to say scored 3 runs to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's where I messed up. There's a ground ball left side, backhanded by Hanson at short. The throw to first is in time. The leadoff man is retired. Get myself all right here. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They took a 6-5 lead in the 5th. Sturgis took a 7-6 lead in the 6th inning. And then in the bottom of the 6th, a 3-run bottom of the 6th inning for the Governors have given them a 9-7 lead. Here with 1 out now in the top of the 7th. And it'll be Adam Floor. This is the 2nd appearance for Wiebe in as many days. That one's popped up behind home plate. Stalley going back to the fence. He runs out of room. And then it might have gone off the top of the chain link fence, and it lands foul. Came back into play, but no chance for Stalley to make that opportunity, so it's now 0-1. Here to Adam Floor, who is 0 for 3, reached on an air, struck out swinging, and also flew out to center field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is out towards center field. Run coming in is Kruger. He will make the catch. There are 2 down, and the Governors are an out away from picking up a Game 1 win and a comeback win, multiple times comeback win for the Pierre Governors here in Game number 1, including the 3rd and the 4th and the 6th inning, having to come back and either tie or take the lead. So now here's Evan Stroud, who is 1 for 3. Singled in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch from Wiebe. That one's popped up. Foul territory behind home plate. And then George Stalley trips as he's trying to get his bounce over. That one might be more for Lincoln Keenels to try and take. As the first baseman coming in, it's easier for him to come in than it is for Stalley to come out to try and make that play. But it is just a strike against Evan Stroud. And it's 0-1. Wiebe yesterday came in relief, had a 4-pitch 8th inning against Harrisburg. Gave up just 2 hits in the 9th inning, but one ended up being a solo shot. And now he has a chance. He got a ground ball, he got a double play to get out of the 6th, and 1 out away from getting the win here in this ball game. But we will have at least 1 more hitter come up as Stroud is able to lace it into right field for a base hit past a diving Kaiser at second base. And the game will continue for at least 1 more hitter. As Dawson Inhofer will come to the plate, he's 1 for 4. Reshawn Aaron also had a single in the top of the 6th inning. But Wiebe had a good outing yesterday. Obviously stayed under 30 pitches to come back here. That one's popped foul, and that will be landing just foul. And it will bounce. And, of course, it could have bounced right here in front, and it could have came up to me, but instead it went to the side. So it's an 0-1 count here to Dawson Inhofer. Wiebe comes set from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot out to center field. Kruger comes over. He will make the catch in the gap, and that will end the ball game. Governors win game number 1. A comeback in the 3rd, a comeback in the 4th, and then a comeback in the 6th to finally take the lead for good. 9-7 our final score in game number 1. As the Pierre Governors have won 3 straight against Sturgis, and we'll be looking for a season sweep and a 4-0 record against the Scoopers in game number 2. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, so when we come back, we'll have the post-game of game number 1 and start to get you set for game number 2. Governors win game 1, 9-7. You're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161, and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Renneman a call at 605-224-2161.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
As we welcome you back here into a post-game show of game number one, the Pierre Governors come back and win it 9-7 over the Sturgis Scoopers. In game one, the Governors found themselves down 4-1 after 2.5 innings. Scored 3 runs, including a 2-run homer from Cade Kaiser that tied the game up 4-4. Then Sturgis took a 5-4 lead before Pierre came back and tied up in the bottom of the fourth at 5-5. Pierre took a 6-5 lead. Before then, in the top of the sixth, it was a 2-run inning for the Sturgis Scoopers to take a 7-6 lead. Well, then it was the Pierre Governors that scored 3 runs in the bottom of the sixth and ended up being a 9-7 win for the Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. 7 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, and 9 men left on base for Sturgis. 9 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors, and 12 men left on base for the Pierre Governors. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 5 minutes. Not the cleanest ball game in terms of defense, but you look at the pitching performances from the Pierre Governors, and not a bad outing for all 3 of those guys. Jackson Edmond went 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. Spencer Kelly went an inning and a third. He had 3 hits allowed, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Jaden Wiebe comes in, allowing just that 1 hit, which was with 2 outs in the 7th inning. He threw 11 pitches, got 10 strikes in those 11 pitches. No strikeouts, no walks, but no earned runs. And the biggest of all of that was a double play on the first man that he saw, the only man that he saw in the 6th inning, got an inning-ending double play on the bases loaded and 1 out. Came in, got the double play. Governor scored 3 runs. That's pretty much the play of the game right there, was that double play from Jaden Wiebe on a 4-3 double play that set the Governors up with the momentum to score those 3 runs and to pick up a 9-7 win over the Sturgis Scoopers. So now the Governors will look for a sweep of the Scoopers as they take game 1. They're now 3-0 over Sturgis, and we'll have an opportunity to go for that sweep coming up here in just a little bit. Governors in the ball game had 2 RBIs from Cade Kaiser. That was obviously the home run that he had. He went 1 for 2. 3 hits from George Staley. He went 3 for 4 with an RBI. Gary Nedved went 2 for 5. Jet Zabel went 2 for 2 with 2 walks in the inning. Those are the guys with multiple hits for the Pierre Governors, who had 11 in the ball game. Sturgis actually had 5 errors in the game. 5 for Sturgis, 4 errors for Pierre. Not an overly good look for both teams to have 9 errors combined, but Pierre ended up with a 9-7 win over the Sturgis Scoopers here in game number 1. So as we get set for game number 2, it looks like maybe Christian Bush will be the guy that get the start on the mound for the Governors. We will have game 2 coming up here in just a little bit, probably looking at right around an 8 o'clock start for that second game. What we're going to do is if you're again, watching on YouTube, first time watching on YouTube, we're going to end the broadcast. We will come back with game number 2 broadcast here in just a little bit on YouTube. But for now, we're going to go back with a 4-minute break. Commercial-wise, we're going to hear from News Director Zach Nelson. We'll have his scheduled 5 o'clock news that we just missed before we got on the air. We'll have that. We'll come back then here in just a little bit with get you set for game number 2. So we'll send things back in the station with a 4-minute break. We'll come back with News Director Zach Nelson and his news. Governors win game 1.